Have you ever been in an outrageous circumstance? Have you ever observed a dear companion or relative at serious risk, or been so enraged by something that you wanted to bring equity? Have you actually truly needed something? In the event that you have, at that point glance back at any of those encounters and you will understand that certainty is substantially more trifling than the vast majority think. There is a conspicuous purpose behind that. So long as you truly need something, your certainty won't prevent you from attempting to accomplish it, and in the event that you couldn't care less about something, your certainty won't be of any assistance in any case. Besides, on the off chance that you are totally resolved to seek after an objective, high certainty will be more risky, in light of the fact that the more certain you feel about the probability of getting what you need, the less you will attempt to get it. On the other hand, imagining that your objective is difficult to accomplish will make you work more to achieve it, except if you are not generally genuine about your objective. Consider it: wanting to be acceptable at something is incongruent with intuition you are acceptable at something. Probably the most equipped individuals I know are less certain than the normal individual. The vast majority of the exceptionally sure individuals I have met are less skillful than the normal individual. In spite of the fact that I seldom feel fruitful, I am most likely very skilled in my calling. On the off chance that I were more sure, I would be less equipped, in light of the fact that I do not have that extra drive that my lower certainty, which flags a need to improve fitness, gives. Recognize that low certainty doesn't prevent you from attempting to accomplish what you need. In the event that you truly need something, feeling that you do not have the capability to accomplish it will just make you work more diligently, and difficult work, not certainty, is the pith of accomplishment. Accomplishment can be separated into two sections: readiness and execution. At the point when you perform, certainty is favorable on the grounds that it upgrades others' view of your fitness and diverts you from your internal weaknesses. Alternately, when you are acting in low certainty mode, your internal questions occupy you, causing you to lose center around the errand and passing on to others that you need ability. Nonetheless, execution is just a little piece of the accomplishment condition, adding up to only 10% of the time and exertion expected to achieve something. The excess 90% comprises of arrangement, and the less sure you are about your presentation, the more roused you ought to be to get ready. Consider being let you know need to give a significant introduction. You may abhor feeling unconfident and restless, however these sentiments will inspire you to get ready more to keep away from disappointment or shame, and accordingly will eventually mean your introduction is significantly more of a triumph than if you had not stressed and seen no compelling reason to get ready so a lot. Along these lines, low certainty is definitely not a terrible state in which to start your personal development program. Feeling more sure is somewhat pointless until you gain skill, and low certainty encourages you gain ability. All in all, fruitful change is the result of more noteworthy exertion, which is substantially more liable to result from underconfidence than from pomposity. This conventional contention isn't only the legitimate method to consider low certainty, it is likewise reliable with the most persuasive speculations of inspiration and dependent on settled logical realities. The prominent therapist Albert Bandura, celebrated for begetting the term self-adequacy, which has been the liked scholastic word for self-assurance since the 1980s, proposed that high ability prompts high certainty. In line, boosting execution, authority accomplishment, is the best strategy for expanding certainty. Without a doubt, this is what the proof demonstrates. Clinical mediations intended to kill addictions and beat mental and actual medical conditions, e.g., indulging, smoking, drinking, betting, show that more elevated levels of certainty are profitable just when they result from past expansions in real skill, which implies that fitness gains, not certainty gains, are the conclusive factor. 22 For instance, in the event that you convince smokers that they can stop smoking, certainty alone won't prompt anything, yet in the event that smokers figure out how to initially decrease their smoking propensities, they will encounter a legitimate feeling of certainty that will convert into additional ability gains. Lower certainty has been found to build asset assignments, i.e., speculation of additional time and energy in attempting to achieve a goal. 23 And skill, As portrayed by William Powers. 24 Studies that control members' certainty levels by giving irregular criticism on their presentation, a typical procedure, show that bringing individuals' certainty propels them down to work more enthusiastically on their competence. 25 While expanding their certainty has the contrary impact. For instance, Dan Stone, from the University of Illinois, 26 found that high certainty drives individuals to overestimate their capacities, which thusly makes them be less mindful and effortful than their less sure partners. The most strong logical speculations of inspiration, for example, perceptual control theory, 27 contend that inspiration results from the apparent inconsistency between present states and wanted states. 28 Since higher certainty decreases this error and lower certainty builds it, lower certainty is a more grounded persuasive power than higher certainty. As such, as your certainty builds, the hole between your apparent skill and your objectives limits, prompting an abatement in exertion levels. Your certainty resembles an indoor regulator that detects the probability of accomplishing an ideal degree of execution. Like some other indoor regulator, it flags a decrease of exertion when the ultimate objective is achieved. Higher certainty will flag this decrease sooner than lower certainty. As should be obvious, there is an abundance of exploration proof proposing that lower certainty is a significant driver of progress, and that it causes future fitness gains. While higher fitness produces certainty gains, the cycle starts when one effectively distinguishes the need to contribute additional time and exertion to accomplish an objective, and this outcomes from low, not high, certainty. The confusing idea of certainty is that higher certainty may expand individuals' desires while diminishing their devotion. In the event that you believe you are able, you will be bound to have more yearning objectives and accept that they are simpler to accomplish, which will lessen your degrees of center and exertion. Then again, if your certainty is low, you may have less driven objectives, yet you will likewise be bound to see them as trying, which will boost you to get ready more and allot additional time and energy to accomplishing them. In like manner, you are bound to profit by your frailties than on your confidence, and you can keep expanding upon those triumphs, inasmuch as you don't get self-satisfied. Security, then again, calls for drifting, a characteristic deceleration. Instability calls for force and speeding up.